Okay, the next concept is a specialized control elements of forms. Okay, there are two special purpose form control that are available in the all browser, that is hidden element. So if you want to hide some data in a web page, it should be hide using an hidden element. Okay, so the syntax is input type is equal to hidden. So this is an hidden element. So this control is used to define the hidden element. As the name suggests, this field uh, this field is assigned to the data assigned to this field is not visible to the user. So following is the HTML document that makes use of the hidden element. Let's see a program how this hidden element works. Okay, document type HTML root element, then body. So and displaying one paragraph, we are using one paragraph tag to display some text. The name and the hidden marks will be submitted. Here we are hiding the marks, not name. The name is as it is, but we are hiding the marks. Okay, so form action is equal to process pg.php. Okay, then name. So we are giving a label to this text box. Then input type is equal to text, name is equal to f name. Name can be anything you have to give, but while entering here we are enter our desired our chosen name, but in this case here we can give any name. The next input type is equal to hidden. You can see input type is equal to hidden, id is equal to marks, name is equal to s marks, then values 98. This value 98 is there na, that is a marks. Okay, so that marks is hide in this program. Then input type is equal to submit, then value is equal to submit. So if you use submit means where it go, it will go to the action what we given in the form now action, it will go to that page. Then close the form tag, body tag, then the HTML tag. So you can see the output here. So here the only the name tag. Okay, here this is a name label given. So name and the text area is displayed. So next input type is hidden, id is equal to marks. This marks is not displayed here, but we can see it in a what URL, the address bar. In the address bar we can see that is file name file d process dot pg dot php, then f name is equal to path what we given here na, path. After submitting you will get like this in the path, in this address bar you will get this path. So that name what you given path no, so then if you click on submit means you in the address bar you get like this. Okay, file d process pg.php, then f name, that is f name is equal to path what you given, then and s marks is equal to 90, s marks is equal to 98 is okay. This is hidden element. A hidden field often stores what database records the needs to be uploaded when the form is submitted. Okay, then next element is a file element. So why we use that file element means in some application, in some forms you can see browse, if you want to apply for some exams or something. So there are some browse button is there, then choose. So in that browse, if you click on that browse button, if you can choose your okay, or upload your photo, or upload your resume, or upload your marks cards, like that no. For that we use this file element to upload any PDF file or Word file. Any file can be uploaded using this file element. Okay, you can see input type. In for that the syntax is we have to mention what input type is equal to file. Okay, this element defines as file select field and browse button to upload the file. So in some forms you have seen, I think, browse, then you upload some files now, or resumes like that. For that we use this file element. For selecting the multiple files we need to add the attribute multiple. So multiple, this attribute multiple attribute is used to upload the multiple files. If you want to upload only one, means this attribute is not needed. Okay, in the input element. So let's see how the one example. So document type HTML root element, body tag, then heading tag. So section of single files. Okay, select file, this is a label, select file, then input type is equal to file, then name is equal to my file. Okay, then close the form tag, then again section multiple files. Here you are uploading only one file. Okay, then in this second section multiple files we are uploading. For that what we have to use, that multiple attribute have to use. Input type is equal to file, name is equal to my file, then multiple, this attribute is used. If you use this attribute means you can upload multiple files. So this is the output. Okay, so this is a section selection of a single file. Select files, browse button is there now. If you click on that, you can select and you can browse a file from your systems. Okay, no file selected currently. Then section 2 multiple files. So currently no files selected. If you click on that browse, and then you can select those some files from your system. So you can see here dailylog.xlx, this file is selected here. Here two files is selected. You can upload multiple files. Okay, so then next element is a range element. So this HTML5 introduces two new control for the input of numeric values. When the input via standard text control numbers typically require the validation to ensure that the user has entered an actual number or not. So for example, feedback forms. Okay, in feedback forms they given some options, one for good, one for bad, one for good, one for very good, two for good, three for very good, and four for excellent. So you have to choose an option from 1 to 4. Okay, minimum is 1 and maximum is 4. Maximum value is 4. So you have to enter the value within that 1 to 4 only. So if you give 5 means that will not accept it. That is the range we fix for some forms. So say for that we use this number and the range. Okay, let's see that program, have one program, so you will understand. So you can see now, so HTML document type, then root element, body, then form, action, then process, pg.php, some some web page, that one. Then scale your performance from poor to excellent. So they given a range from 1 to 5. Okay, then input type is equal to number, minimum value is 1 and the maximum value is 5. Then input type is equal to submit. So here you can see that submit query. Okay, submit query means that value name. If you give on for that submit button, if you give some value means that name is displayed, but here they are not mentioned, but in the output it's showing submit query. Okay, you already know how this submit button works. Okay, so then close the form tag, then body tag, then HTML tag. Okay, so you can see the output here. scale your performance from poor to excellent, that is 1 to 5. So you have to select the option from 1 to 5. So they given 3 and then submit the query. If you give more than 5 or less than 1 means, if you give 0 means it won't consider. If you give more than 5 means it won't consider. Okay, so then this is a numeric select. Then this is a range selector, means a scroll bar. Range to give a range, this scroll bar. This scroll bar is used to range. Here we use numeric values. Here we will use the scrolling bar. Okay, so range selector to provide the option to select a value between the range. We can set the type attribute range. Can you have to set the type attribute range, means you will get this scroll bar. You can slide that bar to set the range. So slider control is a very intuitive user interface to set a number within a range. Okay, in order to specify minimum and maximum value, we can set a minimum and maximum attribute. For example, you can see HTML root element body range slider is there, then form tag, then select the value. Input type is equal to range. Here you given range, here you given what number. Here you used range attribute. Okay, id is equal to my range, name is equal to my range. Then minimum value is 0 and maximum value is 50. Then value is equal to 24. So value is equal to 24, the given. So you can slide this bar to set the value. You get the output like this. If you use the range attribute, so you will get the output like this to set a minimum and the maximum value.